Good morning, S&B. I'm standing here with Robert McCartney. Robert's one of the electricians out on this project. Laid out in front of us, we have our fixed Klein knife blade. We have a self-retracting blade that the tool room uses to cut open boxes. We have our PPE being Kevlar gloves, Kevlar sleeves. We need to make sure that we wear our Kevlar gloves and our Kevlar sleeves. Now Robert's going to show you an example on what he does whenever he strips wire. Robert puts his Kevlar sleeves on. He puts his Kevlar gloves on. Now these Kevlar gloves and Kevlar sleeves are not cut proof. They're just cut resistant. It's just a barrier that is in place. Now here Robert is cutting away from his body. He's not cutting towards his body. He's got all his PPE on. Robert ensures that the blade is sharp so that it cuts to the jacketing and it doesn't pose more of a hazard being a dull blade. He starts slow, cutting away from his body, not fast, so the blade doesn't jerk out. He also ensures that nobody's in the line of fire. So when he's pulling the blade away, cutting, if it was to slip, nobody comes in contact with it. Also, whenever the fixed blade is not in use, it is to be stored in a leather sheath at all times. This is what Robert does to ensure that he does not cut himself or anybody else. Also, these are job site requirements. Thank you, Robert. Now these utility knives are not to be personal utility knives. These are S&B issued utility knives. These are the self-retracting blades. The blades retract back. This is all we can use out here. Right here we have a Metabo. This Metabo, before you can use one of these, you have to have permission from the general foreman. You have to be doned as a competent person prior to using one of these. You just cannot go up and pick up a Metabo and start using them. They're very dangerous. They have a very thin wafer blade. You must ensure the guard's always in place when you are using them. And also, as a PPE requirement, you have to make sure you have your Kevlar gloves and your sleeves on, and all your loose articles secure prior to using one of these Metabos. We're constantly working around things that could cause harm to us, like sharp objects. For an example, we have a piece of unistrut right here, and the end of the unistrut being freshly cut, we have some sharp edges. So what we need to do to make sure the sharp edges are taken down is we file them down. This is what Robert does to ensure that nobody gets exposed by cutting their hands on a piece of unistrut. And always make sure the file that you're using has a handle on it. And make sure when you file the outside, you also file the inside. And as you can see right here, the unistrut is secured in this chain vise. Appreciate it, Robert.
The reason we need to watch our hand placements out here, guys, is because nobody wants to get hurt out here, because we're all out here to work for our families and to provide for them. We all need to keep our mind focused on what we're doing and keep everybody safe around us, and just watch out for ourselves, guys. We're all out here to work together as a team. We just need to make sure that we just work safe at all times. Thank you.
Herman, why do you work safe?
I work safe because that's the right thing to do. I want to go home in one piece. We come out here to work to make a living and support our family, our kids, and we want to go home in one piece to enjoy everything that's out there. Whether you enjoy racing, horse riding, I want to be in one piece to go out back home and and enjoy the things that I do at home.
And what are you gonna do if you see somebody doing something at risk?
Oh, intervene. We have to. I tell my guys all the time, don't accept anybody doing anything unsafe, because it might hurt that same person that day, but then the following day they keep doing it, it might hurt the person next to them. So it might be you, the one next to that person, doing unsafe acts. So we have to intervene, and we have to make sure that they do things right.
Good deal. Guys, make sure you intervene. You heard it from Herman. Do what Herman says, and we could go on with no injury till the end of this project. Appreciate it, Herman.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Guys, I'm standing here with Reggie. Reggie's gonna tell you why he works safe.
I work safe because of my son and daughter, Jordan and Jade.
And if Reggie did not work safe, he could possibly become injured. And if he was injured, he wouldn't be able to take care of his children. That's why he wears all his PPE at all times, and he follows procedure at all times. And what do you do when you see somebody doing an unsafe act?
I stop the job and tell them to do the correct things in order to stay safe.
You heard it from Reggie also. Appreciate it. Speaking about sharp objects and surfaces, we have a piece of pipe right here. After this pipe has been cut, the inside and outside has some sharp burrs which are exposed. So we need to make sure that we're watching our hand placement, and we do things like filing it down or grinding it down to eliminate any potential for someone to cut their hands on something. ¿Qué pasó, Lizard? Why do you work safe?
The reason I work safe is for my kids and my wife at home and my family, because they want me to come home every day. The same way I came in, but with more money. La razón por que yo trabajo seguro es por mis hijos y por mi familia, que quieren que regrese a la casa como llegué a trabajo y con más dinero.
And what do you do whenever you see somebody doing something unsafe?
I intervene. Even if they get mad at me, I still gotta stop them, because I'd like somebody to stop me if I'm doing something wrong.
Appreciate it. I'm standing here with Arnold and Raymond. Raymond's gonna tell you how come he works safe on a daily basis.
Well, it's important to work safe because we all have family to get back home to. I have a son and an ex-wife and a mortgage to pay. So, yeah, we all have to work safe in order to get where we need to be as far as financially. So, we all got to work.
You agree on that, Arnold?
Yes, I do.
So, Arnold, what are you gonna do if you see Raymond working unsafe?
I'm gonna intervene and I'm gonna tell him to stop what he's doing and, check twice. Look twice at what he's doing and make sure he's doing everything safe.
Guys, you heard it from Arnold and Raymond. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
I got the story here, it's hot off the press. Brace yourself now, take a deep breath. Grab a hold of something, hold